Hey, this is Justin from breakintocre.com, and in today's video, what we're going to do is talk about what you should do if you think you might be underpaid in your commercial real estate role. So if you think your market value might be a little bit higher than what you're currently being paid at your current role, make sure to stick around for this video. Now, if you're new here on this channel, we talk about real estate investing careers and real estate finance and financial modeling. So if you're looking to break into the industry for the first time or looking to advance your current real estate investing career, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now, recently, I got a really good question from a Break Into CRE Academy member that wanted to know what they should do if they believe they were being underpaid at their current role. And this is not a unique question, as I've heard this many times over the years. So what do you do in a scenario where you feel like you're being underpaid, but you don't necessarily want to leave your job right away? So in this video, we'll talk about 3 things that you can do if you feel like you're being underpaid to get yourself back up to a market rate compensation. Now, the first thing above everything is you need to make sure that you find data to support what you're saying. Now, what I often recommend is to look at the CEL and Associates compensation survey every year, and I'll link that in the description below, but that's going to give you a really good idea of what commercial real estate salary and bonus structures are based on the role that you have. So if you take a look at the data and you see that you are being undercompensated for the work that you're doing, the next step is to bring that to your employer's attention. Now, what I wouldn't recommend is going directly into your boss's office and saying that your comp is way below market. What I would recommend is that the next time you have a performance review coming up or any one-on-one career meeting with your manager, to make sure that you come prepared with some highlights of what you've actually done to drive the business forward and add value to the business, and why you think it's time for your compensation to increase by using that data as well as the market data that you've researched on your own. This way, you're not storming into your boss's office and demanding a raise. You're actually showing examples of how you've added value over time and for your specific role in the industry, what that market rate is for this type of talent. Now, for many people, this still isn't something that they're totally comfortable doing. So number 2 is to set specific goals and milestones that would indicate that you would be eligible for an increase in the future. So this would involve sitting down with your manager and talking about some things that you can do over the next 3, 6, or 9 months that are going to be measurably impactful to the business. And if you do these things, you would be eligible for a pay increase. Now, I really like this strategy as well because you're not asking anything up front. You're making a promise to your employer that you're going to do specific things, and your employer is making a promise back to you that if you do those things, you will receive a raise. This way, when you reconvene in the future, you both have a mutual understanding of what was expected, what happened, and what will happen once those things occur. Now, if neither of these things are options for you, or you don't feel comfortable with going through number 1 or number 2, number 3 is to leave and go to a company where you actually are going to be paid a market compensation package. Now, if you like your current job and you're adding value to your firm, it's going to be really expensive for that company to replace you. So most companies would rather increase your pay to keep solid talent rather than having to backfill your role and dealing with the costs and downtime associated with finding a new employee. But sometimes, for whatever reason, companies just can't get there with compensation, and you may have to look elsewhere in order to get paid what you're worth. Now, what I wouldn't recommend is going through the job search process, getting an offer, and then bringing that to your employer and asking your employer to match or counter that. I've seen that done several times by colleagues of mine throughout my career, and every single time it's turned out poorly for both the employer and the employee. Because by doing this, you're breaking trust with your current employer, letting them know that you're going out to the market and going through the interview and job search process, and also you're putting your employer in a very difficult situation where you're essentially forcing their hand to do something that they may not be ready to do. So if you're going to go through that job search process, make sure that you are going through that process in order to actually land a new job rather than just to get an offer to bring that back to your current employer. So I hope that was helpful in getting you back on track if you feel like you're not being paid what you're worth in your current real estate role. Now, if you're going through this process right now and either looking for a new job or trying to increase your skill set to become more valuable at your current role, make sure to check out Break Into CRE Academy. That's going to include courses on the things that you need to know to become a valuable commercial real estate investment professional, and you'll also have one-on-one support to make sure that you can take that next step in your real estate career, whatever that may be for you. So I hope you found this helpful. If you like this video and want to see more content like this, make sure to let me know by hitting the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with anyone else who might find this helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.